It's Tom here from West Country Tech, and we've come back to Brunel Recycling, based in Saltash, Plymouth. We actually did this install a few years back, but never had the opportunity to come back and actually film the site. It's a large site here, just shy of 30 cameras. It's actually two parts to this install. There's the recycle centre, and then they've also got a separate restaurant as well where we did the cameras there. The intention with the cameras on site here has been for just general security across the whole site. Site management, which also ties into health and safety. We've got cameras inside the sheds looking at their recycling machines. We've got cameras looking at weigh bridges. Just anywhere where there's trucks, movement, people, we've got cameras. We've also got intruder alarm for certain places like the workshop. So it's a big old site. Let's go and have a look. Right, we've come up here to the log cabin. The log cabin is actually where all the cameras come up to. They've got an office and a control room here. The recorder actually sits down in the main network control room. And then what we do is we send the video over a network cable up to the office. It allows us to send all the cameras up to a separate location, and then they can control the CCTV recorder up there as if the recorder is actually in the office with them. We've got 3 cameras up this side. We've got 1 on the entrance, 2 around the log cabin, and then the rest of the cameras are at the main site below. And the way, as we do with all of our sites, that we bring the cameras up here is using wireless links. In this case, we've got the Ubiquiti LAP GPS, that's a 90-degree antenna, and it allows us to have multiple stations, station being another wireless link on another area, which is a building where we've got other cameras. All of those will talk back up to the log cabin, and ultimately presenting all of the cameras back onto the CCTV recorder on the screen we have in the office. Right, so behind me you can see the porter cabin. Basically this is their weigh bridge location where all the trucks going in and out, whether they've got weight on it or not, will go over this weigh bridge. The whole purpose of us bringing cameras down here is actually one of 2 things. So keep track of any vehicles that are going over it. Security for the building. We put a screen in the office for the staff down there, and what we've done is we've chosen, I think in this case, 9 images that they need to be able to keep track of. Obviously all the cameras around here for the weigh bridge, but then they've got a few extra cameras for entrances, so they've also got eyes on the important locations across the site. Right, so the reason I've stopped at this pole, we've got a couple of the poles like this on site, and this has been installed in the location where the cameras are looking across 2 different directions. And that is mainly because there's obviously a lot of movement on this site. We've got excavators, we've got wheeled loaders, we've got dumpers, we've got trucks, we've got cars, and obviously there's a big health and safety implication here. Guys at the top, the people in the cabin, they can see movement around here all the time, and obviously ultimately they can see where staff are. And as you can see from here, we've got a wireless link, which is how we get all of our camera feeds around, and that is sending both these cameras right back up to that log cabin where those antennas were. Right, we've come down here to one of their main recycle buildings. Again, cameras around here. We've got cameras around the outside of the building to see any kind of movement to and from the building itself. We've then also got cameras inside to keep track of what's going on. It's actually a quiet day today, but normally this has got wheeled loaders. We've got the actual machinery in the back there that's separating all the stones between small stones and large stones. And then we've also got trucks going in and out, taking the stones in and out of the site as well. So another prime location to have cameras installed in all the right locations. Right, we've come down here to the Croft, which is actually just opposite the road from Brunel Recycling. It's also owned by the Venables family. They commissioned us to come out here and basically install security cameras. So we've got cameras around the whole exterior of the building, and then we've also got cameras on the inside of the restaurant. Well, inside the restaurant, looking over the bars, looking over tills, the main reception desk. Again, all set up, all going back to one screen, but also with the ability for the owners to be able to see the recycle centre on their phones and the Croft as 2 separate logins. Let's go and have a look. Well, it's about time to leave Brunel down in Plymouth, but just to summarise, the main reason Brunel invited West Country Tech to supply them with all their cameras was for general site monitoring and health and safety. All of the cameras here are set up on as many smartphones as they need. In this instance, I think there's about 4 users that have the login, but we've also got all the cameras sent back up to the main log cabin, where they've got it displayed in offices and also their presentation room. And then we've also got a select few screens down in the weighbridge office, where they can see important cameras like entrances and the cameras on the weighbridge itself. Thanks for watching.